the animals instinctively hide their speech and language. I had no intention of disclosing my discovery of cat language. I read that the explorer of the Altamira cave paintings was angrily attacked by the scientists. Some of the scientists really don't like if one amateur discovers something important. I thought I didn't need such an inconvenience. But my friend, who taught genetics at the University of Animal Husbandry in Novi Sad, constantly encouraged me. You are stupid if you don't disclose it. You don't have to convince people, just let them to know. If the cats speak, every animal speaks. That means speech and language evolved over evolution. You don't appreciate your discovery because you evolved on it in your house, he said. I let myself be convinced, but I felt that the cat language dictionary should be checked before the publication with Novi cats as well. I remembered seeing beautiful stray cats in some of the small parks in Novi Sad. I walked around and I found a nice, calmly lazing tomcat. There were 3 benches about 5 to 6 meters to him, next to each other, barely half a meter apart. I sat down on the leftmost bench, calmed down and said to the kitten, "Yeah, that means hi." He looked back with smiling eyes at me. I repeated, "Yeah." He stood up, walked slowly to the bench farthest from me, and crossed between the legs of the benches under the middle bench. He looked around and then looked up to me between the slats of the bench set and said loud enough but whispered, "Yeah." I understood. This is our common secret. It must not be heard by anyone else. The cat's sensation was felt. I also whispered to him, "Yeah." That means yes. He answered, "Eh." He lay down. I saw he was having a great time. I sat for a few minutes. I felt I shouldn't force further conversation. I told him, "Ma," that means I love you. I got up and left. I then felt for the first time that some sort of secrecy surrounded the animal speech. I didn't feel that with my cats. After a few days, at the same time, I went to that small park. The tomcat spoke to me, but then too he kept the distance. From this I conclude he may have owner. I inquired from the people walking between the blockhouses whose kitten is. One passerby who is a close acquaintance of the family said the owners are at work in the morning, at which point the cat is out. I would have gladly brought him home if he hadn't had an owner. The feeling that the language of the cats is surrounded by some mystery remained in me. Their language is not only a means of communication but also the basis of some complicity. I sense the existence of the taboo, but at that time I have not yet become aware. This intuition caught my attention and made me curious. Thereafter, in my village, when I walked on the street, I greeted the cats. Over time, I learned which cat belongs to which house and which the stray cats are. The stray cats did not respond even after several greetings. They ran away when they heard my greetings. The cats belonging to the house usually respond, but even if they did not respond, they did not run away. They made flattering movements toward me. Sometimes the cat continued the dialogue. For example, I once greeted a young yellow striped tomcat, Ea. He answered Ea and added, "Ma-ow." That means I want to go in. He had have jumped up on the gate and could have gone into the yard, but for some reason he didn't. Since I am in a friendly relationship with the owner of the house, I opened the gate. Close to the gate sat the large tomcat of their third neighbor, because of which the young tomcat did not dare to enter. I scared him and let the little tomcat in. I inferred the animals abandon the prohibition of the talk if it is very necessary for them, if they are in distress, or if they trust the person with whom they are in contact.